right, good day to you lovely people. This is our week 8 in this term in online learning. And it's going to be a little bit weird because I think as I speak right now, I'm also standing live next to quite a few of you. Meaning, if all goes to plan, some of you already are in school, hopefully most of you. And then I imagine for the next few weeks, week or two, maybe 3, some of you will be at home, some of you will be at school. However, even if you are in school, we still can't really do experiments, unfortunately, because that really means we're going to be too close to each other. So we're going to carry on with this program of online learning, and you can still do some of these experiments at home, and in class, we will do other things, okay? But that's going to be a bit weird if you guys watch me now as I'm standing next to you live. Anyway, we're starting a new topic within the big unit of kitchen science, and this is our last topic, and it's a type of chemical reaction. So remember, last chapter we ended with chemical reactions, the difference between chemical reaction and physical change. And now I've decided one kind of chemical reaction to focus a little bit more, and that's acid and base. It's quite an exciting and interesting topic, and one that we can actually do a lot of practicals. And if we don't get to do them in class now, don't worry. We will come back to them. We will definitely do some of them. Maybe not all of them, but we will do some of them when things will get relaxed a little bit. And the other reason we're doing it is that because in grade 9, when you get to grade 9, acid and base becomes quite an important topic, and even more so when you get to grade 11 or so. So I think it's very useful in grade 7 already to get some kind of introduction, some kind of minimal understanding. All right, so what we're going to do today, we're going to learn a little bit about acid and base. What are they? Examples of them. And then that's going to be our first video. And the second and third videos will be more about how do you know the difference between one and the other. In other words, if you got a material, how can you tell if it's acid or base? Okay, so that will be in the second part of the lesson. So acids, okay? Acids are more known than bases for most of us, okay? So we use that word acid, okay? Lemon juice is a type of acid. Any kind of fruit juices, especially the citrus one, has acid in it, okay? Vinegar is an acid, okay? What do we have all of them in common? Well, they all taste sour. They have sourness in them, okay? So I'm sure you've heard that. Now, we're also going to look through other acids like hydrochloric acid, sulfuric acid, more in grade 9, but even now I want to introduce you to them. And how do you know that they're acid? Well, they've got an acid in their name. Okay, so if there is an acid in their name, like sulfuric acid, phosphoric acid, then obviously it's an acid. Okay? We said that they taste sour. Okay, by the way, guys, I would like you to copy this. Okay, I will just maybe step at the end and then you just copy it. Okay, they taste sour. They can be corrosive. What does corrosive mean? That they can actually eat through material. Okay, they can corrode the material. It's like rusting, but rusting on steroid. It just really goes through material. Okay, doesn't mean that all acids are corrosive. Okay, maybe they are to some extent, but really corrosive, meaning dangerous, only the strong acids are. And we're going to talk about weak and strong in the next lesson. Okay, so that's about acid. Now moving on to base. Okay, base is kind of like the opposite of acid. Okay, and it will make more sense in the next lesson when we talk about reaction between them. And base, we don't know that word so much, but we definitely know the materials. So soap, okay, bleach, all kind of many detergents that we use in the kitchen to clean the oven, to clean our dishes, they are base. Okay, so soap, bleach, and a lot of detergents. Names. Okay, so now this is, I was thinking, should I do it? Should I not? Yeah, I'm going to introduce you to it. So we don't have the word base in their name. But we do, their name ends with either oxide, hydroxide, or carbonate. If you've got a material, a chemical that ends up with oxide, hydroxide, or carbonate, then you know that it's a base. There are other kind of bases, but we're not going to deal with it. So, examples of bases, calcium oxide. Okay? It doesn't matter what it starts with, but it ends with an oxide. Sodium hydroxide, also a base. Magnesium carbonate, also a base. Okay, and I want you already to start familiar yourself with these kind of ending. Okay, so in acid, if it has the word acid, it's an acid. If it ends with oxide, hydroxide, carbonate, definitely a base. Right, what do they have in common? They feel slippery. Okay, just like soap. Put some soap on your hand, your fingers, it feels slippery. Okay, the same thing if you put a little bit of bleach, it's going to corrode your skin a little bit, but you can maybe a little bit. It feels slippery. Okay, a lot of the detergents feel slippery. Okay, that's a property of base. Okay, but I wouldn't recommend you really doing it with base and with bleach, and definitely not with oven cleaners. Oven cleaners are also a type of base, but they're very, very powerful, strong, and then they will really irritate your skin. Why? Because they can be very corrosive. So that's one misconception that a lot of people have. A lot of people think, oh, acids are very dangerous. Base are not really. Okay, soap is not dangerous. But just like you've got acid like lemon juice, which is not dangerous, it's not corrosive, it's not going to damage you. Okay, same thing with soap. But there are some very strong bases, like I said, these oven cleaners. Okay, so base can be corrosive, just like acids. Right, did I mention everything? Oh, and they taste bitter. Okay, I'm sure some of you had a little bit of soap in your finger and it tastes a little bit bitter. The bases have that. And again, please don't put bleach in your tongue. Definitely oven cleaners, okay? Base can be very, very, very dangerous. Okay, so that is a little bit of information about acid and base. I'm going to move to the side now. And I'd like you please to copy it. Pause me and copy it. Okay, great. And now we're going to move on to some videos I've shown you about indicators. Okay, so now I'm going to cheat a little bit. I'm going to show you the videos I prepared for grade 9. Only thing is, you don't need to know as much as they do. So the only kind of indicators you need to learn about, and I will write instructions on OneNote, are red litmus paper, blue litmus paper, and universal indicators. Okay? These 3 types of indicators help you figure out is it an acid or a base. You don't need to know the other 2 which I mentioned there, which is bromomethyl blue and phenylphthalate. That's for grade 9. Okay? You just need to know the litmus paper, red and blue, and universal indicator. Hopefully you'll enjoy.